Good evening and welcome to this Wednesday edition of Feedback. I'm Mark Despotakis. Joining us on tonight's show is the Clarion Venango Dairy Princess. Do you know what that is? Well, maybe you'll explain it to us. Feedback. Back this Wednesday evening. I'm Mark Despotakis. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to day 2 on the new set. I was just telling the floor crew here, I feel like Larry King, you know, because I find myself kind of sitting like him. The set's kind of reminiscent of, not reminiscent, I mean, he's still alive, but kind of like what his set is over at CNN. We're real close to being just like CNN, right? As I said, coming up on tonight's show, Larry King, Holly Dieter is joining us. That is coming up after the break, of course. But as per the norm here in my first segment, we kind of take a topic and explore it a little bit further. Congressman Peterson on this program, but what about the idea of internet taxes? It's kind of the tax-free domain we have. You know, you can go on Amazon.com, buy a book, and you're not paying taxes on it. There's a lot of products you can buy.
What to do about taxing internet commerce? Free of dumps and funds in healthcare. Our representative said the more
traditional business transactions that are taxable today can completely avoid paying taxes in the future by simply setting up an electronic means to complete a transaction that fits the current definition.
Customers can see and go to a terminal and order it online to avoid sales taxes. Small retailers have a different problem.
The owners of the stores have said to me, you know, Senator, I got they figure out what they want. Then they go out. They don't buy here. They buy it on the internet.
But more than .com competition, big retailers fear a logistical nightmare that could result from
effects on the economy, business, and employment.
The moratorium on internet taxes is set to expire in October, but the one consensus that emerged is Washington.
That's very interesting. What is going on with internet taxes? I'd actually never thought of it that way. I realized that Kmart had a website, but I didn't realize you shop around for what you want on the web and buy it tax-free. I guess the tax-free moratorium was said there at the end was supposed to end in October, but probably will be extended. Then how do taxing goes on? Because, you know, different counties even in this state have different tax rates. So how is that? How does that all fit together? How does a website has Clarion County paying X tax rate and I'll have a resident in another county paying Y tax rate? How does it sort out what does that? It's a mass computer system that can tell all that information. I'm sure it's out there, but is it something that all of these companies can afford? When Commerce, when he looked at that, interesting issue. So all this new World Wide Web technology, look what it's done for us now. Got us into some economic questions. Okay, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back right after that. Clarion Hospital. Clarion Hospital is located off of Exit 9 of Interstate 80. Clarion Hospital offers outpatient services, transitional care, as well as an emergency room open around the clock every day of the year. Clarion Hospital providing health care to Clarion County and surrounding communities since 1964.
Owner. The young man wants to know if the girl over there is a donor.
Somebody wants to know if you're an organ and tissue donor.
Yes.
Hey!
Start now. And I said, you know, it wouldn't a better name for a movie to come out now, and I think I'm going to make the movie or write the book. It would be a great book to have. I think that the student has such a problem here with.
Tune into Feedback with Mark Despotakis every Tuesday and Wednesday night beginning at 7:30 p.m.
We're totally out of time, no time to talk.
Captain Luma's Italian Restaurant is located at 540 Main Street in Clarion and offers dining as well as a nightclub. The restaurant and nightclub are open 7 days a week.
Welcome back to Feedback. I'm Mark Tessadakis. Thanks for joining us this Wednesday evening here on our new set, night 2 of our new set. Joining us in this segment here is the Clarion.
Basically an advocate of the dairy industry. That's her job, is to promote the dairy industry to the public, kids as well as adults. She has lots of responsibilities. Rotary clubs, non-army such as Rotary clubs and Lions clubs. She can be in parades, pass out ribbons at fairs.
You were in the Autumn Leaf Parade.
I was in the
You were on our air
Parade.
for that.
Yes.
So, how does this even come about? I mean, how did you become the dairy princess? And you're for Clarion and Venango counties.
Right. Clarion and Venango counties are combined. And to be the dairy princess, your grandfather is a farmer. I live on a farm. My grandfather was a farmer, and my father is currently a dairy farmer. So
Wow.
I have all the above.
So, you required to know any special? I mean, you required to know really
To learn how to do what you're supposed to do and how to act when you're doing it.
So how does this come about? I mean, are there people competing? Like when you went for it, how many people were competing? How did that all work?
Clarion Venango, I see how hard the farmers work and how important their industry is, and people don't realize it. So that is why I wanted to be a dairy princess, and my dad's always kind of pushed me to do it too, so I'm making him happy. I'll be in till this June, a year.
So it's just 1 year?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so then are you trying to spread the word so that,
Yes.
that there's someone continuing?
Yes,
your
I
work?
have what's called ambassadors and misses under
Any age requirements or anything like that?
The dairy princess is between the ages of 16 and 24.
16, 24. Okay. And one term is it? I mean, you can't.
One term
you
is
can't
it.
go for it
So
again.
once in a lifetime.
Once in a lifetime. So you said radio and TV, but what does your day entail then? I mean, obviously you're not doing this every single day, but what are you out there doing in the community?
Right, in the community, I do, as I said, school promotion is a big thing. I am an elementary education major, so that has helped me with that. Doing school promotions has given me an opportunity to work with children. I even use a couple of my lessons in my instructional strategy program and science.
So you're teaching people this stuff.
Right.
You've made it. You're for the 2 counties.
Right.
Can you go past that?
You had to do a speech for a non-farm audience, telling them about the dairy industry and what your job is and why you wanted to do it. And
Is it a beauty pageant as well? I mean, is it kind of like
you are judged on your appearance, how you look, what you wear, how you present yourself. You have to.
Knew about. Fact, one of our director tonight, Jess Pomeranning, was a dairy princess. Jess, tell me, Mayor, what county were you from? From York County. So what's your going to schools? But how is this arranged? Are you the one who's arranging going into the schools?
I have a committee that helps me set up my promotions. But it's easier if I set them up myself because I know my schedule and what's great to do. So I normally set them up myself, but I do have a very wonderful committee that helps me.
And for just Clarion and Venango County?
For just Clarion and Venango County.
And then is there a national?
Like you've done incentives you can meet when your year is up. You can meet the first incentive or the second one, and you get $250 or $500, depending.
Is there scholarships or anything involved with that?
No scholarships.
It's kind of just
it all
volunteer?
depends on how much you do.
How much you do.
Yep.
It's kind of all volunteer work. So it's big in Pennsylvania, in these 2 counties. We're going to talk about what you educate kids with when we come back. Stay with us. We'll be right back on Feedback at it.
.66 in Clarion and offers all-day delivery. Phone 226-5555. That's 226-5555.
This portion of the programming was made possible through a grant by Clarion. So call the Clarion 226-7332.
Located in the Clarion Mall. Whether you're looking for junior Chinese, girls, or fashion for women, they have it all, with many different styles. Fashion Box is Friday 10 till 9 p.m. and Sunday from noon till 5.
On the big highway of life, I can go to Papa. Put that booties in the backseat. Have that condition never meet.
talking with Dairy Princess Holly Dieter, something a lot of us might not have known was out there. Thank you for joining us again.
Thank you.
So you go out into the schools and talk. What do you explain this to us?
Okay, well, this is one of the big things that I do. It's called Milk and Cow View. And when I go into the schools, I show them a video first to kind of introduce them to everything. I give them in the store or to the lunch table. So it starts out in the cow. Obviously, the farmer has to feed the cow. Cows eat 90 pounds of food a day, and they drink a bathtub full of water. Cow is then milked by machine. First, the udder has to be washed off, so everything is kept clean. The milker is then put on, which is shown in this picture. The milk is
still all on the farm, right?
This is still all on the farm. This all takes place on the farm until the next step, which is when the milk truck, driven by the milkman, comes to pick up the milk, and this is done every day or every other day. And the milk truck, once at the plant, the milk is homogenized and pasteurized and made safe for the public to drink, and it is never touched by human hands through this whole process. So it is very clean and very sanitary. An important thing that I stress with the kids also is whenever you're buying dairy products, make sure that it contains the real seal, which is on the back of the truck in the picture.
Okay.
I think that's the only one. The real seal. No, actually, the companies have to buy the real seal to put on their items.
I see. And I mean, that's the kind of quality assurance?
Right, that's to know you're getting the real thing.
Oh.
And not imitation.
So, I mean, milk was, you know, kids didn't want to drink milk or whatever.
Right.
But that's kind of the big campaign out there.
That is a very big campaign now, and I think it's good because the kids can relate to it. Anytime any kid sees me wearing their waist.
So, are you enjoying this?
Very much. I've learned a lot.
I mean, what have you personally gotten out of this?
Well, I have to deal with that and how to do this and public speaking skills, and I've learned how to be a lady, I guess I can say, through all my training. So.
Is there anything that the public out there can do to help them?
In a group, you can contact me at school, and my number is 393-3808, or my phone number is 814-425-88.
Now, the first time I ever heard about it, I never heard about this before. It was actually when Jeff from our staff told me about it, and then I saw you were in the parade, the Autumn Leaf Parade, so you kind of...
I don't know even that there is a Dairy Princess or what she does or anything about it.
So that's kind of being the first one
in a couple of years, yeah. Has
kind of been an extra...
Right, and everyone says, I didn't think Clarion Venango County had one, or, you know, so... No, that's someone who's willing to give up the time to put into it.
Right, and you've certainly given up the time.
Yes, it's taken a lot.
Looking back, you know, best experience, memorable experiences from doing this?
Okay, I actually sat on top of the big milk truck that we saw. Yeah, that we saw in the picture.
Oh, that would be neat.
It was a very fun experience, very scary experience, but it was very fun. I think that was one of the best things I've done. The state pageant.
And how were all in the pageant?
I think there were approximately 40.
40. So that, yeah. And you're asked, what was your question? Do you remember?
Oh, my question. I said, what has, you know, to me is a big thing, you know, managing your time between school and 4-H and, you know, working on the farm, and that was a big one. That was what I stressed in my answer.
So you're still working on the farm even though you're going to school?
Yeah.
So, well, let me get back to the process now. Just a couple questions. I think it's interesting. Does this truck come every day?
Every day or every other day, depending on how big of a tank the farmer has.
So, I mean, and you're actually in the process of... Wow. I think I see the truck all the time, and I mean, I have no idea. I see you buy milk at the store all the time. Wow, I mean, it's certainly on the screen again.
Okay, my school number here at Clarion is 393-3808, and my home number is 425-2822, and that's area code 814. And that's in the phone book.
All right. So, going to school, working on the farm on the weekends, and doing stuff like this all the time.
Right, busy.
But I mean, so are you going to...
That's what I'm doing, yeah, and I'm sure I'll be elected to be on the committee since I've been through it all.
Okay, so not getting out of it just yet. Well, best of luck to you in the future.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us. It's certainly been informative. I think you knew. Thanks again. We will be right back on feedback after this. Stay with us.
It made me look at it, but you're watching the future of the Earth pass by.
These products are made from materials for all those next in line. It would mean the world to them.
Hi, everybody. I'm Brandy. How would you like to give hope to millions of the world's children? UNICEF, the United Nations Children's Fund, is saving lives in over 140 countries by providing leadership gifts in our world. For more information, call 1-800-FOR-KIDS. Thank you.
Welcome back to Feedback. I'm Mark Tespadakis. Thank you for joining us on this Wednesday edition. We want to thank the out there for you. So thank you for joining us. We want to also once again thank Representative Peterson for joining us on yesterday's program. Stay tuned to TV5. TV5 News is coming up next with Carrie LaPoo and Kelly Esno. So stick on for that. Thanks for joining us.